Hey everybody, welcome to Monday. What's going on? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. The person doing the seeing and being glad about it is me, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver. And guys, welcome to the show. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Whether you decided to be here, whether the trade winds of YouTube blew you here, that's all the same to me. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Hey, there's the one of the bards of Greyhawk himself right there. By the way, those of you debating this out in the audience, GI Combat was the best war-related comic, and it included like you'd get GI Combat and then you'd get the Haunted Tank. Now I know a lot of guys went in for Sergeant Rock, and Sergeant Rock was fine, but I just feel like GI Combat was the best. But anyway, Dungeon Minister, good to see you. Rich Denver, Jeff, the greatest dungeon master alive. We'll see about that. But anyway, so normally, well, first of all, before I get into that, this live stream is brought to you by our friends at Hellebarde Games. Hellebarde makes the kind of adventures they'd like to play. Now, whether it's for Castles and Crusades, 5th edition, or for the OSR, Old School is in play at the table, and you can find them at DriveThruRPG or on their website, hellebardegames.com. They are linked in the description below, so please check them out. I feel like I'm sitting in a hole here. I know what it is. My camera is point because I was standing when I was on a live stream today. Would you guys prefer me to adjust the camera to point it down a little bit more at me? Let me know in the live thread, and I will do so if you would like that. But anyway, right. So Monday is kind of a slack night unless I've got something specifically going on. Greeting, Jorge. Seeing a lot of shelf doesn't bug me, but I'm low. Yeah, it kind of bugs me too. Yeah, you should be able to see the top of the Dungeon Master screen. Hang on, I'm going to fix that. I don't like that. That's better. Yeah, that's better. I need interns. Yeah, you know. But the problem is then I got to start paying people and stuff like that. Camera angled up with flash. Yeah, the spooky story angle. But anyway, so yeah, Mondays tend to be kind of slack because we talk about what we're doing, what I'm gonna do during the week. And you know, January is a tough month because we're just coming off of like the holidays, right? You know, you got Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, you got all the stuff that goes on in December. And so so the net result is that stuff kind of gets jumbled up. So I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got 2 modules to get out here in the next little while. Lightmane, hello. Mercury Wells, greetings. But this week coming up, here's what we're doing. So tomorrow night is my birthday. It is my birthday. And now I know normally Tuesday nights we live stream 1st edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, but guess what? Tomorrow's my birthday. So I'm just going to put my feet up. I'm going to crack open a cold one if you guys want to hang out with me tomorrow night. And you can ask me anything. We can talk about anything. We can just chill out. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to stress running a game tomorrow night. Thank you, Flint. Thank you, Gabe. Yeah. This will be the 15th anniversary of my 39th birthday. 39 and holding. But anyhow, so that's what's going on Tuesday. Basically nothing. Wednesday, we will get back into the L1 deep dive because Kyle will be out until next week. Now, I will tell you now that we'll do that as long as we want on Wednesday. Looking a little gray for 39. Yeah. What can I tell you? So, Thursday, we have a guest, Thane Kyle. He plays D&D with us on Tuesdays. We'll be here, and we're going to talk to him about his YouTube channel, D and Disability. It's right here on YouTube. You guys should subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And then Friday, of course, we will play some Gamma World. But for those of you who just realized that tomorrow's my birthday and you haven't had time to get a gift, I will take cash. That's fine. You can super chat me. It is perfectly acceptable. It is perfectly okay. But anyhow, so that's what's going on this week. That's what's happening. And I will do my best to answer your questions. And yeah, just feel free to ask me. Send me $1 in the mail. Thank you. Thank you, Lightmane. If I think to give that greeting, then I will, Rich. If I think to give that. But anyway, sorry, I'm just reading the comment stream. But we have some cool stuff. You'll want to be here tomorrow night because I can tell you straight up, I'm going to give away 4 copies. No, it'll be 7 copies. That's right. 7 copies of The Village of Greenhaven. That's by our buddies over at Nerd Cognito. I will be giving those out. Hey, thank you, Mercury. Buy myself something nice. That is awesome. $20. Dungeon Minister, if you want to bring cake, that's absolutely up to you. Lightmane, I think the postage for that dollar bill will be more than the actual dollar itself. But anyhow, I do appreciate the super. Mercury, I'm gonna put that up there like we do. Just pin that up there. By the way, folks, all jokes about that and so on and etc. If you guys are not already, please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notification, give the video a thumbs up, and if you're watching this after the fact, as I know some of you folks do, please leave a comment below. The comments really actually help. They help with engagement quite a bit. So anyway, Mercury, Dungeon Minister, I'll buy you a He-Man Man-at-Arms action figure. Mercury Wallace says, I read that as Man-at-Hams. Okay. You won't buy me well, thank you, Lightmane. I appreciate that. I truly do, you know. But I was discussing this. Now, I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going to go back. So, yes, Village of Greenhaven PDF. I will be giving out copies of it tomorrow night. I will have 7 up for grabs. And the way we're going to do this is, I will try and keep it. Basically, I'm just gonna throw this out there, and I will say, okay, now don't do this now because your name's not going in the hat now. But I'll say, okay, everybody that wants a copy of Village at Greenhaven, just say yes, and I'll write your names down as we go, and then at the end of the stream, I will do a die roll to determine who to give these to, and then I will send you the Village of Greenhaven PDF because I haven't done a review on it yet. I really should, but Ryan David's Village of Greenhaven is awesome. It's got very, very pretty art in it. It is an exceptionally well laid out book. So you guys want to, it's only $1.99. So if you miss out on the drawing, it's only a couple of bucks on drive-through. There is a pod version that's coming also, which I can't wait to get my hands on a pod version of it. But if you want a chance at getting a free PDF, if you're like, I don't know about this, Bill, I just don't know. Or maybe you're like, hey, thank you, Lux. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. That's a $5 from Lux. Lux or Mock. But I really appreciate that, man. So anyway, this will be this will be a good thing. You will like this. It is not a module. It is modular, as Ryan himself put it when he was on the show. Wheeling Dragon, greetings. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. I hope you are well. But anyway, so Ryan's I've dragged him kicking and screaming into the streaming, blah. And he's talked about it a little bit. I want to get like an official live stream in with just like, no, boom, here it is. You're doing an hour and a half. You're talking to us about the genesis of this. You're going to talk to us about gaming, your gaming thoughts, and we're just going to pick his brain on it. But there's also a review coming. So get in the stream tomorrow night is what I'm saying, guys. It is good and it is worth your time to get a copy of it. I do recommend. 30 watching and 6 likes only. That sucks. Oh, well, please keep us posted, Wheeling Dragon. We're pulling for you. We really are. We really are. But anyway, now normally I like to do a thing. I was doing it up until the real intense holiday times rolled in on us, where I was showing off a miniature every Monday night. It was Monday Night Miniature. And I haven't been doing that. And I'm going to go back to doing that. I'm going to have a featured mini that I will show to you guys every Monday night. It'll be something cool. Maybe it's something I painted. Maybe it's something that somebody else painted. Maybe it is something that's pre-painted but is really, really spiffy. Like, I've got a plastic D&D minis aspect of Tiamat over there. I've got this cool dude here. This is like a non-posable. Who was that? Kid Robot made these, and we talked about these. But that is an AD&D roper that Kid Robot put out in a very cool bag that I got for Christmas. I should say I got myself for Christmas, but anyway. Well, I hope we see you tomorrow. But anyway, so I like to do that on Mondays. I like to have a figure to show off for you guys, and we're going to have one soon. I started over the holidays painting the holiday Sophie the Succubus, and then it's like the holidays just rolled in so fast and so hard. I didn't have time to actually get down and finish painting her. So she awaits. So it's Mr. AD&D Roper. So you guys tell me, what do you want to see me finish painting her on stream? Like in just a marathon stream, just like pick a Saturday and just sit and finish painting her? No, I got you, Chris. Or a bunch of little sessions, or I just finish painting her off screen and then she just is like the following Monday miniature. What do you guys want? Because it's holiday themed, and I was all like, oh, I'll get her painted for Christmas. She'll be painted for Christmas. I'll just do her in one session, and then it didn't end it. So, well, I'm going to finish her this session, and then I was like, well, I'll finish her by New Year's Day, and she's not done. She's not done. So you guys tell me what you want done with the Christmas Reaper Sophie miniature. I'm hearing nothing. So do you guys know what I'm talking about? Was that a completely different crowd that watched me paint her up? Let me know. Let me know what you guys want, and I will do it. But yeah, apparently they make there is a lot of these. There's actually is it WizKids? I'm gonna do a video about this, and I'm gonna show a bunch of them off. But I gotta tip the duffer to actually Vincent Notarbartolo, who alerted me of this, and that is that WizKids is releasing a line of old school D&D minis. Now, what do I mean by old school D&D minis? Well, if you check them out, they're doing minis that look like they're out of classic AD&D modules, and I'm hyped about it. They're releasing like a run of 80s or so, and I'm a little pissed off about the title, because you know how it goes with miniature releases, they're really like in waves. This is the Frost Giant King wave, and it's all stuff associated with this wave that has a bunch of first edition AD&D classic minis in it are called Icons of the Realms, which would be fine because I don't care about Forgotten Realms, right? But so many of these minis are iconic Greyhawk characters. They have a proper Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen no longer looks like a dildo with ears in their miniature line, guys. I'm exceptionally happy about that. But there's not a Forgotten Realms thing. Okay? Stop campaignally appropriating art that isn't yours. But I'm going to do a video on those tomorrow. I'm going to show those off. There is one that's available for pre-order, and I'm not telling you guys what it is because I want to get mine in. I don't want to do the whole video now, but the Realms of the Flayanus. That's right, Chris. That's right. So, and yes, they are all pre-painted. Now, this is not the first time that we've kind of seen stuff like this. Back, gosh, I guess 2008, 2009, Wizards partnered with Gale Force 9 and released resin miniatures, not like these are cast resin miniatures, and I've got a few of them. I've got Kesnef in Halfling and Ogre Mage form, and then I've got the Slave Lords of Sudurham set from them. They did a couple more for AD&D. They did one of Drelsna fighting a dwarven fighter. I guess, it's supposed to be for S4. And then they did one for Tomb of Horrors. And that kind of brings me around to something that I do want to mention also about this miniature set. But the Drelsna was so ugly. Like, not even nostalgia moved me to want to get that Drelsna. Just hideous. Just absolutely hideous. Mercury says, vote for marathon painting session. So now Vincent asked me on Facebook, he showed me a picture of one of them. Now, we're all familiar with Tomb of Horrors, right? You guys all know Tomb of Horrors. So I'm gonna put this up real quick. I want to share this. I close that. No, I said I want to close that. By the way, I hope you guys enjoyed having Tim Imholt on last Thursday. Tim was a lot of fun. Let's see. Tomb of Horrors. Did you mean Tomb of Annihilation? No, I didn't, you ding-dongs. Let me see. Let me find. Okay. That'll have to work. So dig this. This is my button. Okay. That is not a Sararak. Oh, thank you, Jorge. I really appreciate that. That is the most amount of Chilean pesos I've ever gotten in my entire life. Hang on. So, again, not a Sararak. There is a room in the Tomb of Horrors, spoilers alert. It is the false tomb of a Sararak. You go into this chamber, and a Sararak has a specially prepared zombie that is dressed up in finery. It has magic mouth on it, and it like pronounces your doom, and basically it's just a pantomime, and it's supposed to scare the party away, right? And it actually worked on a group that I ran once. So there's a miniature of that in this set. And it's a Sararak the Lich. It is not. It is not. That is not. That is not a Sararak. That is a zombie dressed up in wizard finery. So, yeah, I mean, you know, at least the Mordenkainen is proper. But there's a lot of classic modules that are modules. There's a lot of classic characters out of modules. The Mordenkainen looks like Mordenkainen from the cover of Mordenkainen's Fantastic Adventure. So I'm gonna do a video about it tomorrow. I'm gonna show off all the minis, or as many of the minis that are previewed. Because I got to tell you, there's just not enough bad stuff coming out of Wizards of the Coast right now. And this, I gotta gripe about this a little bit. This is not directed at you guys. This is just directed at the way of the world. I like to get I like to get subscribers. I like being able to get my word out there. The more people you have looking at you on YouTube, and this is just the bloody handedness of it, please don't leave the live stream. Please stick around and hear me out here. Because I know a lot of times when I start talking about metrics and that sort of thing, like I can literally look over here and see the number of watchers start to drop. Just hear me out. The simple devil's arithmetic is the more people who watch you, the more people that YouTube will show you to. And I gotta be honest, as much as I hate YouTube, that's really a meritocracy. You make good videos that people want to see and they catch. Now, YouTube screws with things because when you start to get up into the really rarefied air, like, let's say tomorrow, 10 million people decided they wanted to watch my show, and I don't make the kind of content that YouTube particularly cares about. They'd send me a button. They'd probably give me a person to talk to. But that would be it. Okay? That would like, they wouldn't ask me to go to VidCon. They wouldn't like say this is the face of YouTube now, like they do with people like Sniper Wolf and what's the blonde guy that started out playing Roblox and he got canceled and then uncanceled, and he's a video gamer. I can't. PewDiePie. Yeah, Yang Enzo. I mean, you know, PewDiePie has a good gig, right? You know, I don't hate the player. I hate the game. But the videos that I do, the positivity videos that I do, outside of the audience already, you guys and the folks who are already subscribed, don't really get a lot of views. They don't. And there we go. People are tuning out. I should stop talking about this, but I'm gonna. They don't really get the views. What it is there's a trick to it. 4-word titles and a negative adjective has to be one of the words. At the very least, a negative adjective has to be one of the words. And you guys saw this week before last when I was talking about some Wizards misstep. It's as bad as you think. It's worse. Just got worse. This is bad. This is terrible. And again, it's the devil's arithmetic. I did a series of videos last year, and I'm going to do some more this year when I get more stories. Tales of Tabletop Triumph as a tonic for RPG horror stories. Okay? You guys watched them. YouTube did bupkis with them. And I think over the, how many ever videos it was, 6, 8, I don't remember now, I lost 2 subscribers. Like if I look at the metrics on those videos, one of them, somebody unsubscribed after watching one and somebody unsubscribed after watching the other. And the reality is that bad news, people want to hear about bad news. So, you know, I mean, if I just switched this channel over to a React channel and started mocking other people's content, which I will never do, I could probably hit 100,000 subs by the end of the year. I'm not going to do it because that isn't me. So it's going to be interesting. That's good, Flint. That's very good. It's going to be interesting. So tomorrow I'm going to release that video about the minis. I'm going to release that video about the minis, and it's going to be interesting to see what it does. Because a lot of people don't want to hear, and I'm going to answer your question, Robert, in just a minute. A lot of people don't want to hear about good stuff. Folks just don't want to. Flint, what is your channel called? Let's get some Delver effect going on your channel. Although if you have, you know, like 20,000 subscribers, could you get some Flint Fireforge effect going to my channel? By the way, speaking of creators, Dungeon Minister and Yang Yan Zhao both have YouTube channels. Lightmane does too. So you guys should definitely check those out. Go subscribe to their channels. Open up another tab, subscribe to Yang Yan Zhao, then subscribe to Dungeon Minister, then subscribe to Lightmane. And Wheel Dragon, have you started putting out content yet? So it's going to be interesting tomorrow when to see what the video does, because the algorithm likes negativity. But I have an idea, and I don't want to tip my hand yet. I have an idea. So we're gonna see how that works. Follow back any day. Nothing new. You do have. Okay, so you guys check out Wheeling Dragon, Lightmane, Dungeon Minister, Yang Yan Zhao, Flint Fireforge. Is that how we find you on YouTube, Flint? We look for Flint Fireforge, because I haven't you haven't said back yet. And if you're trying to type the link in, it won't work. It won't let you put URLs in chat. You know, I'm going to check that out right now real quick. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I hadn't seen it pop up yet. There we go. That's a healthy little channel you got there, my friend. I can put up URLs. So here we go. Beep. Burp. Everybody check out Flint Fireforge. No, didn't mean to shut that down just yet. Anyone else? Probably lots of people. Lots of people I'm forgetting. You are quite welcome. And I am subscribed. Oh, and you got a Twitter too. Excellent. So let's see. Flint just went up to, hey, 803 subs. There you go. So anyhow, I will release a video. I will talk about the minis. I'm going to put one on pre-order tomorrow, and I will review it when it gets here. I will review it. It looks really cool. It looks really cool. So I'm interested in seeing if it's going to be as cool to hold in my hand. Because the thing about it is mass-produced plastic pre-painted minis, even if they're from a company that really cares, you know, it's questionable. You know, you might want a doctor on it a little bit. So I'm just gonna now. Somebody had asked me. Robert Phillips said, "When does Delver's 3D printing show kick off?" That will be in the next week. I wanted to get it out in January, but it's going to be in February, and there's a couple of reasons. There's two reasons. One is I need to clean up my workshop some. And the other is I need to get, yes, you need to remove the spaces, Lightmane. There's a piece of protective gear. I've been using PPE and it's, the N95, and it's not sufficient for what you need to be doing. I'm not going to roll out there and say, you need this protective gear for 3D resin printing, and then not show that, like I can't be a hypocrite like that. Okay, so somebody finally asked me about the thumbnail. Hey, Meteor Key Press. Is that right? So I asked, yeah, it's going to be something. Basically, it's going to be like, rubber mouthpiece and filters is what it's going to be, because resin is volatile organics. If you can smell it, it's wafting on the air. It's outgassing. And it's bad to get on your skin. Your soft body tissues are they're hating it. So Jorge asked about the thumbnail. I tried 6 ways to Sunday to get an AI image generator to give me Dr. Johnny Fever playing D&D. And it did not work. It failed. It was made from fail. So I just gave up, and I said, okay, well, I can use an old thumbnail. You know what? Let's see. Robert Plant playing Dungeons and Dragons. And I got darn close with the one that was tonight's thumbnail. Yeah, I'm actually going to shave local. Yeah, because this will not, like putting a mask on, putting a respirator on, and then putting it over this, I might as well. All that would do is make me uncomfortable, because there would be no seal. I would still have fumes going into the mask. And like the idea of slicking my face down with Vaseline every time I have to go out there, I would rather just have a bare face. And my wife prefers that I shave anyway. She hates this, so. Yeah, Cal, you've got You've already got stuff against you. Now, I will say that my outer garage, I can open the bottom of the door about a foot. Well, I mean, I can open it all the way up, but photo resin, it says it right in the title, it hardens with UV rays. If I open the door all the way, sunlight will pour in to the garage, and that would be bad. that was no good for the resin. So I will have a gap of about a foot under the door when I'm doing the resin printing. So there will be ventilation out there. Don't worry. Yes, that's another thing. I haven't been able to resin print. Now, I can hear your eyes rolling so hard that there's an audible click when I say, but it's been cold here. Fancier, newer printers are actually coming with built-in heaters. Like think like an ultra low power hair dryer type element, like blower element built into the inside of the hooded area of a 3D printer. It's been in the 40s. Some nights have gone down to the upper 20s down here, which is, I can't print under that. That equals print fail. How am I going to do that in the Florida summer? I'm going to suffer, Yang. I'm going to suffer. I'm going to stand out there in shorts and a smock and a mask and eye protection. And I'm going to swelter and a hairnet. I'm going to go over all this, when I talk about safety. But here's the thing. Leaning over a resin vat. Hair is hanging down. Hair gets in resin. I do this. I just spread it all over my hands, my face, my neck. Everywhere I don't want resin. I get one little strand of hair that hangs down like that, and I do this, and I could drip it into my eye. But yeah, I'll be wearing a hairnet. When you guys watch me on videos, see, that drives me bonkers. And I don't do call-out videos. And I'm never going to do call-out videos. His cosplay is Walter White. We've got to cook, Jesse. It drives me bonkers when I've gone out, and that part of the reason I'm starting this channel is because I see dudes in their videos and they've got the pastel LED hex panels on the wall and the IKEA workbench and everything's all neat and clean. And they have the little family tree of printers that they've been given, starting with like a Mars 2 Pro from Elegoo all the way up to like a 3D printer that's got like this big of a printing base on it and everything. And they all do the same goddamn thing. No hood on it. No protection, no eye protection, no gloves, and they're handling resin and putting the resin in, and they're doing the print inside their studio. That is so unsafe. That is so unbelievably unsafe. I cannot. I cannot explain to you how unsafe that is. I've had some people tell me they are completely nose blind to the odor of printer resin, and I've kind of gotten that way myself. But guys, the fumes from volatile organics don't just go away because you can't smell them or can't smell them anymore. You've got to have air circulating. You have got to have proper protection. You've got to have eye protection. You've got to have gloves. Let me tell you something. I have done one figure prints. I've done one single 28 millimeter print and used 4 pairs of gloves. Yeah, the mimeograph. Mimeograph machines use formaldehyde. Developer fluid. But a single 28 millimeter miniature, and I've changed gloves 4 times. Gone out there, I step out there, I put on a pair of gloves. I get the printer set up. Oh, I forgot something in here. Let's say I left the memory stick plugged into the computer after slicing it. Those gloves come off, go in the trash, because I'm not bringing resin residue in here. I come in here, I get it, I bring it back out there, I put more gloves on. I start the print, those gloves come off. I go out. If I'm going to check anything, if I'm going to set anything up, new set of gloves go on. Remove the print, get it washed up, get it off the supports. That's another pair of gloves, whether it's 50 minis on the build plate or 1 mini on the build plate. You just don't run the risk, guys. I mean, it's not like alien acid blood where you get it on you and amputate. That's what I'd recommend. But your body will become allergic to it. Over time, you will develop contact dermatitis. Your body will basically be like, I hate this stuff now. I hate it. And if you ever touch it again, I'm going to break out in hives. I'm going to flake off. I'm going to get you can't do that anymore, dude. And then you lose your hobby because you didn't want to spend 5 minutes kitting up. So anyway. So yeah, all stuff like that is seeing these guys like in the studio running prints with a hood off the printer because it looks cool because we can do the time-lapse video of it. Now, they're probably not in the room when that's going on, but they sure are back in the room with a full resin vat still sitting there. And maybe they have good ventilation in those rooms. But the fact still remains, I see too many of them with no protection handling this stuff. So we're going to talk about that a lot on the channel, and I am eager to get into it. But again, I'm not going to get on video. RPG Grandma, we are good. Thank you for checking in. Hello, good to see you. I'm not going to get on video and be like, hey, you should have a respirator. You should, your workspace should be clean like this. And then I show you a mess out there and I'm not wearing a respirator. Oh, so we were talking about we were talking about temperature. Temperature does affect resin 3D prints a lot. The thinner it is, the better it is. Thicker resin, you're just asking for trouble. You're just talking about failed prints. Like you want your resin the consistency of chocolate milk or eggnog at the thickest. The temperatures we've had, I'm sure the resin out there, like last night before, and so on and etc., it was probably like pudding. Good. That's very good, Sean. Now, I will tell you this, filament printing, knock yourself out. just make sure your filament printer is on a grounded or a GFCI protected breaker, and just put it wherever you want. You're not going to smell anything as long as you're using PLA. If you get into ABS and PETG and stuff like that, you might have some heating and ventilation issues. But we're going to get to all that. Tasting it. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, because we're gonna be doing that real soon. But now that my YouTube's money have come in, I can get all the protective gear that I should have been wearing over the past almost 2 years. Bought my own mask after I had to paint inside. No mask, completely closed. Oof. Oh, next couple of weeks, Mobius. I need to I need to get like the actual channel set up. Oh yeah, the Elegoo line of printers, Mobius, are excellent. I'm gonna talk a bit about printer brands, what you should look for. Basically, as long as it's Chitu and it does at least 4K, you're good. If all you want to do is just knock out miniatures just like that, you're fine. Now, one of the printers I do have, and I'm going completely off script here. This should be stuff I'm going to be talking about on the 3D printer channel, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway. There are different file formats. So think of this like, you remember back in the day of 8-bit computers, you had an Atari, you had an Apple, you had a Commodore, you had lesser brands like an Atom or a TI-99 4A or even an Aquarius and that sort of thing. You couldn't get, like, you could go buy a game on floppy for the Apple. You couldn't put that disk in your Commodore 64's disk drive and run it. All right. Different program. Well, nowadays it's the same. It's Mac and PC and Android, right? The 3D printers are like that too. The vast majority are PC or Chitu based. There are some that are they're SVGX format based, and the difference, like, it is a hardware difference. It is a hardware difference. An a printer that recognizes SVGX files has different components on the motherboard than a printer that recognizes Chitu box files. I have my larger printer, which is from FlashForge, is an SVGX printer. I had to make some tweaks in my slicing software to get it to recognize. So that's, you know, you might see a printer that's like, hey, this is a 9-inch build plate. This thing's only $199. I'm going to snap that up. Why isn't it recognizing anything that I'm slicing? Well, it may be a different format. I don't know, Robert. But yeah, I did make some adjustments to my slicing software. Chi2 Box will output SVGX files with the right adjustments. But I realize now I'm probably speaking foreign language to you guys. Anyway, so all that's coming in the channel, and the channel is coming in a few weeks. So to kind of wrap up here, because I've been prattling for an hour. Tomorrow night is my birthday. I don't know what we're gonna do. I honestly don't. We're gonna relax. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna put my feet up. I'm gonna enjoy a cold brew, and we're just gonna have a good time. No particular agenda for the birthday show tomorrow night. Wednesday night, we're gonna continue our deep dive of L1. And then Thursday night, like I said, Thane Kyle will be here. And then Friday night, we'll play some Gemma World. The party has the parts, but now they've got to get all the way back across the country to Sanctuary. Light Main's all about that Bone Hill. Yeah. Thank you, Mercury. I appreciate that. So that's all what's coming up this week. I'm looking forward to it. And then I don't think we have a guest slotted for next week. So we'll pick up Bone Hill next Thursday if we're not done. And I don't think we're going to get done with it Wednesday night. But next week, Monday, Madness, Mayhem, whatever. Tuesday, AD&D. Wednesday, Kyle will be back, and we'll talk about the road ahead, what he wants to do. And then Thursday, Bone Hill, and then Friday, Gamble. So Michael's been behind 23 minutes this whole time. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. But anyhow, sorry, my nose. It's this bushy, bristly scraggle stash I've got there. It's making my nose itch. Sorry. But anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out this evening. I would really big thanks out to Mercury Wells. Thank you very much. I will do that. A fiver from Lux, make that nice thing a bit nicer, and 5,000 Chilean pesos from Jorge, which is also very nice. I appreciate it, everyone. So I'll be back tomorrow night. I hope you guys are looking forward to hanging out with me on my birthday. You know what? I'll show if I got any cool birthday swag, I'll share it with you guys. I'm gonna go play some first edition AD&D tonight at 10 o'clock. Do my 10 to 1 thing. So everybody have a lovely evening, and until then, birthday or not, keep your eyes peeled for the dreaded owl bears. Peace. I love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Make it as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the